whatever those hogs, because I want some.
Cool.
And guys, look, we're back at the art of whiskey here, man. And again, I want to keep. I feel like the story of whiskey's not been properly told.
Fuck, this mellow corn.
And I think you guys have. It is good. You
Bugging out.
guys have definitely both a lot of history in whiskey. What's something that you think is missing or that you want to tell as your story of whiskey comes to life? Because that's there again. We're part of the Blendery, and Tim walked me through his journey and what he loves about whiskey, and I'm like, there's so much to tell here, and there's no fast way to get there because you can't overload people, right? So 3 a day is a little excessive at times. So I was like, oh, we need a second page. And now we can do 6 a day, technically.
We probably need 6.
If you want more, you can get more. If you don't, you don't.
Yeah, that's it.
We're growing like octopus, so we need like 8 channels.
Hey, true story. So what is it that you guys would be like, what's the whiskey story? And even, in your case, walk through what keeps you coming back, man?
I got something. So my whiskey journey is like a lot of other people. Like, you had this dilly, spicy rye when you're tasting bourbon, and you're like, oh, that's so different. I don't like that, right? And the Blendery changed my mind on that. But what
I mean, like rye compared to bourbon.
Yeah. But what I found out is, like, honestly, and trust me, I like bourbon. There's a lot of flavors there, right?
For sure.
But I think the flavor channel for bourbon is like this, right? But I really think the flavor channel for rye is
Exponential.
I mean, there are so many more flavors in rye than there are in bourbon.
Really?
And people don't realize that. They taste one rye and they're like, oh, no, I'm done. No. But they haven't tasted the right rye. And honestly, like, when I go to a liquor store, the first place I go is the rye.
Interesting.
Because I want to see what's new.
Now?
Yeah. I want to see because those flavors attract me more now than bourbon even. And I don't think people tell that story. I think people are like, oh, you're a rye guy or you're a bourbon guy. No, you can be both. You just have to realize that the flavor profile for rye is a lot more wider than bourbon.
Well, there's just so much to whiskey, dude. It's like even like when I first started drinking whiskey, I was trying to get drunk, dude. Now when you get older and you start to like, and I'm a history buff kind of like you, so then you start to kind of delve into the history aspect of it. You see how these guys were innovators and pioneers, and then you just like, and then you really start learning mash bills. Like, there's just so much, right? And so like to take it all in, it's like it's baby steps, and so before you know it, because you'll never stop learning.
And that goes back to even the video that we already did here with Chance. What is the best whiskey? He made a list. He identified the list, and this is part of why whiskey is so great, because it brings us together. And perspectively speaking, it ain't about how much it costs. It's like, who are you drinking it with?
Yeah.
Who are you sharing it
Experience.
with? How are you?
I think the memories, right? The memories that you're building is the most important, right?
Dude. And again, I didn't know that that memories matter. Let me be very clear and tell you guys that. I
Sometimes we didn't want to remember.
I come from a very unique space, which is personal. Not personal, I won't share. I don't give a shit about that. But more like we'll talk about it another time. Yeah. But I'm telling you right now, the personal touch to everyone showing up and sharing and showing and being consistent in the food, the booze. You go, man, what's the story here? So part of my job from a branding standpoint is to find the core of our story, then expand it, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Tim was blending whiskey. I had too many bottles. He said, he said for every 5 bottles I was like, well, I like
That's
one.
what she said.
Yep.
That's what he said on camera.
Yep.
And then he realized, okay, whiskey groups matter, but even more importantly, what happens if I blend these? This could be interesting. Then he turned into a business, hence all of us. So his core message is blending can lead to great whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's proven.
Yeah, and listen, you can drink to forget, or you can drink to remember, right?
And there's times for both.
Right. Yeah. I mean, if you're pissed off and angry, we want to drink to forget, right?
For sure. But I mean, when you're going through tough times, it eases the pain. When you want to celebrate with your folks, it's fun, good times then too.
And that's the good stuff. That's the Blendery. That's the BTEX. That's when we want to drink to remember.
That's what Mondays are for me.
Yeah, exactly.
To drink to remember, and again, it sounds like we're defining it. Even when you say whiskey recess or bourbon recess, that's how creative circles create magical stuff. Because you go, hey, how'd you guys come with it? I said, we're just kind of talking.
But we keep each other sharp because it's like we're building off each other's thoughts.
Which is why the camera is so important, because in real time is where innovation takes place.
And you capture that moment.
And I've asked them many times, hey, what is missing in the whiskey world? What is missing on WhiskeyTV or bourbon, I guess WhiskeyTube is what they call it.
Right.
How do we create a lane, which we've already done, and make it unique? It's this.
Well, I think we're building a highway.
Well, I also think that's
Toll road?
changing, right? 'Cause people used to watch YouTube to do hunts, right?
Yeah.
We've never fucking done a hunt, right?
At all.
We don't have to hunt.
I used to, but I used to get geeked and had the thrill about the hunt. Me and my buddy Dominic. What up, Dom? You know, back in the day, like when we first got into it, 2013, 14, 15, it was fun. We would go to liquor stores looking for cool stuff, you know, new stuff. But it was like, it wasn't to flip, it was to hang out and drink together, dude.
But who on WhiskeyTube talks about barrel integrity and bourbon versus rye and these
Mash
things?
bills.
Right? It's us. We are the people talking about this right now.
Because
in real time, and we have access to barrels to do so.
I think because we're grassroots, organic, real, we're not in it for tap and dance.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Guys, and I repeat, we're going to do barrel picks. We're going to do some of our own custom blends. We're going to bottle things. We're going to take you on this journey. Part of the early stages of any business is defining what the business is. For those that didn't know this, Nike was considered, hey, let Eric in. He might need some help. For those that didn't know this, Nike was, I think, the Blue Ribbon Run Club. That was its original business. And he used to source shoes from Japan. And part of him sourcing the shoes, guess what that company turned into? ASICS. And so when you go back, I do a lot of brand stories. I'm like, hey, what's the brand story? Tell me the top brands. Now walk me through all the brand stories and how they work. And you'll learn a lot going down these rabbit holes. Hence, Apple started in 1976, 2007, the iPhone. 30 years later is when they create a product that changes the world. You know, it brings everybody together. So it could take time. And even Mr. Beast and them said more recently, if you don't have 10 years in you to put videos up and get no views, then you probably shouldn't be doing YouTube. And in my case, that won't be the case. But I promise you, we're going to crack the code because of all these guys that are here. Guys, stay tuned, keep it whiskey. Eric, my whiskey.
What's up?
There's my drunk guy.
Thomas,
6 people asked me that day, you work here?
I figured you did.
Well, you wear a whiskey blender shirt?
No.
Oh.
I was at Lucky's.
Dude,
Fucking black tie. Yeah.
Oh.